No, I'm fine, honest. Okay, so if you saw my last video, on foundation, you'll there were lots of comments with people saying that the Botox that I'd had affected my face, and that this side of the face didn't move, whereas this side, when I curl my lip, and I have a tendency to talk out of one side of my face anyway, you know, that side moved, and therefore the Botox had fallen and caused me to stop being able to move my face in certain ways. So let me just, because I can't curl my lip to this side, but let me smile for you. You see? They both move. And it's very odd, because ever since I made YouTube videos, and I was completely honest about YouTube, about Botox use right from the word go. In one of my very first videos, I spoke about Botox, and if you click here, you can see it. It'll open up into a new window, and that's a good video to watch because it will illustrate a good point about Botox and aging, because people think that Botox will keep you looking young, and it does not. It keeps you looking smooth. And that video was done about 4 years ago, 4 years ago. I was thinner and looked so much younger. It doesn't stop the aging process. And the reason I'm making this video is because there's so much misinformation about Botox and what it can do to the face and the side effects of it, and hence why people were saying, well, your face isn't moving anymore, Wayne. No one had ever mentioned Botox to me in videos before, despite the fact that I continuously have spoken about it, you know, all the way along. But for some reason, that video triggered off a lot of misery comments, and people pick up on it. So now they're studying my face very hard to look for movement on eyebrow movement, and whether or not one side goes up or one side goes down. Very strange things. I have Botox originally for the treatment of frequent headaches and migraines. They do it kind of here with Botox when they're dealing with migraines and headaches and that kind of thing. What it did was it absolutely stopped my migraines, and if anyone has had a migraine, they will know they are miserable and they can make your life an absolute living nightmare. What happened after that, other than the fact that the headaches weren't there anymore, was that all the lines across my forehead had gone. I had this when I was about 28. It was very beautiful to suddenly see all these lines that had been there for years, just they're gone. And that's when I decided to have it done in the frown and around the corners of the eyes. They only do it here, here, and here. They don't go down there. It's just at these side bits. And all that happens is when you smile, you don't crease around the crow's feet area. That's it. And there are probably thousands of wonderful doctors out there that do Botox, and there are some really nasty, shoddy ones too. I've been going to the same clinic in Cardiff for, I don't know, it's like 7 years. Always have the same person. She's done tens of thousands of patients. I researched all of it before I had it done. And I always mention Botox, and this is why it's like the 4th video on it that I've done over the course of my time here on YouTube, because it is so unfair for me to say, well, all I do is wash my face in soap and I put a bit of sunscreen on, and this is why I'm so smooth. And that's not the truth. And lots of people do that, and it's very unfair because it gives, you know, exfoliants do wonderful things to our skin. Sunscreen does wonderful things. Retin A does wonderful things, and I do all those things, and I have Botox for therapeutic purposes and for vanity, and I am absolutely not ashamed of it at all, and I'm completely honest and open about it. And you can see my face is moving. I can only snarl to one side of the face, and I only ever have been able to, and I always talk out of the left side anyway, but it's not because this side doesn't move. It does. I just can't curl that lip over this side, that's it. I have seen somebody who's had Botox that it didn't quite work as planned, and this part of the eyelid had dropped, and a lot of people didn't notice it. I noticed it because I know what to pick up on, and it was sort of hanging like this, and it was a bit of a, you know, it wasn't terrible, but I've seen it happen. Botox can have wonderful effects on you, and if you suffer from migraines and headaches, it's something you could look into, But in the wrong hands, with inexperienced people, pumping parties, Botox parties, all those awful things, it can have an incredibly bad effect on you. There are lots of stories of people who have had Botox and had suffered life-threatening conditions because the Botox was in too strong a concentration. Going to a reputable doctor is always the first option. Botox is not cheap, and I pay for it myself. I pay £275 for the shots. Depending on how I'm feeling with headaches and stuff like that, I will go either once every 4 to 8 months, depends on how my headaches are doing. That's my gauge, not the muscle motion. That's not my gauge. And that's it. I just want to say to everybody who is wondering if I've been partially paralyzed out there because I have a tendency to talk like this, the answer is no. I can still smile. I can still partially raise these eyebrows, and all the other things are perfectly fine. And the ironic thing is, ever since everybody has ever seen me talk on YouTube, I've always had Botox. Ever since that day, I was having it before I made videos. You've never seen me without Botox, but now people are like, oh my God, I can so tell he's had it done. Well, you could never tell before, and now you suddenly can. It's no different. Nothing has changed whatsoever. But I want to mention it because it's important that, you know, if you're considering Botox, you do your research, and rather than just jump in and say to somebody who's had it done, oh, I can totally tell, when you never ever knew before. So, you know, this is all the video is about. It was just to try to explain my face does still move. I still talk to the left side of my face. I'm still going to continue to do that regardless of having Botox, and I will still continue to do it regardless of whether people agree or don't agree with it. It is my choice, and while I still have free will, I will still do whatever the bloody hell I want with myself. You know, Botox will not, just to quickly clarify, Botox will not make you look younger. It makes you look smoother. Botox will not knock years off your face. It will make it smoother. That is it. You will not look like you're 20 again. When you look at the video that I linked to, you know, that was only like 4 years ago or so, and I look so much younger, and I've had Botox ever since then. It has not stopped the aging, so it's not going to do that. So if you're getting it for that reason, you're going to be very disappointed. Whether you're trying makeup or skincare or dermatology procedures, my thing I always like to try and bear in mind when I speak to anybody about it is never ever try to look younger. Just look good. Try and look good, gooder, more beautiful, but never try and look younger, because that's when it all starts looking very bizarre. Thank you for your time, and I'm glad you can see I can still move my face. And I will see you all next time. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.